Some viewers might be watching this video while stranded at an airport right now. Let's talk about Air Canada. Ladies and gents, welcome back. My name's Clyde. Welcome to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the button. It's just down there. Let's get into this story. Air Canada is, well, leaving people stranded. That's right. And they're not letting go. The union, the CUPE Union National President, who's seen here ripping up the orders to go back to work. The orders were given by Mark Carney. Back to work orders saying, get back to work. We're not listening to your negotiations. Now, where is this going? Well, this is getting people on the left. They're very united. They're united under the message, as we've seen recently, of mad at Donald Trump, because apparently all the economic woes that Canada is having is all due to Donald Trump, despite the last 10 years of economic policies. With the Liberals, Air Canada, everyone get back to work at 2 p.m. Flight attendants, go F yourself. 10,500 workers justified the Liberals' mandate. And this is the order to go back to work. This isn't just a strike. This is the beginning of a movement. Liberals are in big trouble. This is, wow. Thank you, Mark Nixon, for putting that one up there. Air Canada pushes the restart to Monday as flight attendants refuse to return to work. This is the order that was given to them, but they're saying, forget it. No, we're not doing it. Air Canada, it now plans to resume its flights on Monday evening after planned resumption of services on Sunday afternoon was scrapped when the union representing the flight attendants refused to comply with the federal government's return to work order. This is a standoff. This is a standoff that's happening right now. We can see this here. They're saying forget it. They're not doing free work, apparently. They're saying. We'll get later into what the negotiations have been like, but let's talk about this here. Mark Carney, through the though he could use the mandates to crush workers, instead 10,500 flight attendants just gave him the biggest test of his time as PM. This could explode into a full-blown crisis with the Liberals imploding in real time. It's beautiful to watch. It's interesting to watch because, yes, this is going to be a lot of Liberals. We'll see how they respond to this and how this is going to play out politically for them. Now, this is an article from Globe and Mail saying Air Canada flights attendants strike declared illegal by the Labor Board. The Labor Board said, no, you can't do this. You're not allowed to strike. You got to get back to work. And if you don't, well, I don't know, we'll just get really angry at you, essentially. The flight attendants walked off the job early Saturday morning, halting about 700 flights a day and grounding Canada's largest airline. Well, this is a pretty detrimental situation for people on the ground who actually booked flights with this company and were expecting to get to places. This is actually a friend of mine, Mrs. Roboto, on X, saying, my husband had a flight scheduled with Air Canada Saturday morning. We heard that there was going to be a strike coming, so Friday we kept checking his flight status on Air Canada app, that's what both Air Canada's site and the airport news had advised us. At 10:30, his flight changed to canceled in red letters. When we called Air Canada and looked on the YVR, which is the Vancouver Airport website, they both said the same thing, that there was an airline strike through Air Canada, and don't come to the airport unless you have a confirmed flight with another airline. I tried calling YVR to reschedule his flight, and they said I have to contact Air Canada. Oh, well, that's going to be great. Just contact Air Canada. That'll be the yes. Unbelievable. Do not come to the airport unless you have a confirmed flight. Yada, yada. Contact Air Canada. When I contacted Air Canada, it's just an automated message telling me to update my booking online or contact the travel agency where I booked the flight originally. I've changed I tried changing the flight online, but I'm just given another error code and told to contact them. They want to keep your money. That's what they want to do. They want to keep the money, but they want you to buy another air ticket. Of course, after that, when I try calling and talking to an agent on the phone, it says we're experiencing higher than usual call volume and cannot connect you to an agent. Goodbye, and then hangs up. The flight attendant originally booked through Flight Hub Global, which I've tried contacting and can only get AI agents who tell me the flight did take off and I cannot reschedule the flights when it's a no-show. And I'll need to contact Air Canada. I tried getting a hold of Real Flight Agent through them and waited over 8 hours online for them to twice randomly say this connection or this conversation is now closed. If you need help with something else, just message us again and we're happy to help. This is so beyond frustrating, and I have no way of getting a hold of any real people. I'm sick and tired of everything being online or AI automated messages. Where are the real customer service? Well, they're on strike. They're on strike. These people are so selfish, and they're screwing around good, hard-working people who now have no way to get to work. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. They have no good way to get to work. And like I said, we'll get into some of this about what they're actually asking for. But the question here is, how much over the last 10 years has the federal government of Canada given to bail out Air Canada? How much have they gotten? And the answer is a pretty oh wow, this is a really sad one for the average taxpayer, at least. Breakdown of support from 2015 to 2025. So that would be from when Justin Trudeau became prime minister until current day, where we're still under the Liberals. The Canadian government gave $5.9 billion financial package, loans and equity in 2021, and then 1.5 billion and other things. Now here's an article on this. Federal government, Air Canada reach deal on relief package that includes customer refunds. Well, there should be some customer refunds coming up real soon here, but this is the news from back in 2021. In April, Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland and Transport Minister Omar Algebra said the government of Canada will provide Air Canada with up to $5.9 billion through the Large Employer Emergency Financing Facility, a program aimed at supporting large Canadians employers who have lost revenue during COVID-19 because of the government, of course. Now, what is the compensation package that the union is saying no to? Why is it so bad that they can't go back to work? Well, this is thank you to Contrarian on X. Okay, it's not Air Canada's fault that there's no deal. In fact, what they were offered has been rejected, and this is insane. Don't believe me? Here's what has been offered. Air Canada offered to CUPE as of August 14th, 2025, clarifies proposal for 10,000 flight attendants. Total compensation increase 38% over 4 years. No concessions sought. Ground pay, new industrial leading provision in Canada, a ground pay. So you get paid when you're on the ground, not doing any work. Hourly rates up to $94 an hour in 1 year. In year one, 12 to 16% increase, 8% wage, plus 4 to 8% ground pay. Annual earnings by 2027, senior flight attendants will average $87,000. 20% earn greater than $90,000. We're talking about, this isn't the pilots. We're talking about flight attendants, the people that give you the little peanuts and tell you to wear your seatbelt. Benefit improvements, enhanced health benefits provisions, plans, including defined benefit plan, unique in Canada, quality of life, more paid vacation, better rest, work-life balance, reduced in-flight workloads via crew completement changes, compensation comparison. Air Canada flight attendants earn up to $17 more per hour than the largest domestic competitors. That would be WestJet, Flair, number of other airlines. And he's saying here, blame the union, not Air Canada. The truth revealed. Now, I did tweet this out. I said Air Canada should compete with all other airlines in a market where their employees and customers can compete for better wages and better prices. End government involvement. I would love to hear what you guys have to say on this one, because this is really affecting a lot of people. I've got flights coming up soon. I'm going to be going to the We Unify Reclaiming Conference at the end of September. It'll be September 19th through 21st this year. So make sure if you're going and you'd like to attend this conference, because there's going to be a lot of amazing speakers at this conference in Calgary, myself included, Marty up north, a bunch of other people that you may know. We'll all be at this conference. Get your tickets. I'll leave a link in the description down below, but this is something you might have to fly out to. I know I'll have to fly out to. So make sure that you are covered. If this situation lasts any longer, it may be a case where you run into a situation like other friends of ours have run into. Of course, you wouldn't want that. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this whole situation with Air Canada. Has this affected you? Do you have any travel coming up that you're worried about? Perhaps not being able to get to your destination because of bad negotiation tactics and Mark Carney telling people to go back to work. We'll see how this ends up, but I'd love to hear from you guys. How is this affecting you? What do you think of the situation? Do you think these people should go back to work? Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.